Make sure it's on the video. You see the...
So my hometown's a really small city.
The living room was had orange carpet, and the stairs had blue carpet. So there was this weird place where the orange carpet met the blue carpet, and it was really psychedelic.
Cereal, the CW, and we would just hang out with each other, do our chores, hopefully go outside and play. Most of my siblings were in trouble, so I would be the one playing outside with friends. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Or I would be doing homework because I'm a nerd.
Like every other day, I was at St. Andrew's Park. And particularly this one person that was my neighbor, my dad typically had a liking towards, more so because we had like this big brother, little brother relationship at the time, which was really interesting. But he would let me go to the park with him. So this one particular day, we were getting ice cream from the ice cream truck. And I loved the Tweety Popsicle. So I was getting the Tweety Popsicle, and he always got the Ninja Turtle Popsicle. So this particular day, I was, on my way to get my popsicle, and he's already at the ice cream truck with the Tweety Popsicle for me. So I walk up to him, and he gives me the popsicle. I'm like, oh, thank you, that's cool, whatever. So we go to the bleachers, and we sit down, and we're both, sucking on our popsicles, just joking around, laughing or whatever. And then out of nowhere, he turns around and he went for it. And at that time, I really didn't know like how men worked, how passive aggressive they can be, especially being a trans woman. You kind of get in tune with guys at a really early age or late stage in age. And for me, I think I got intuitive at a pretty early age. But realistically, I didn't understand at that time that he was showing interest. I thought he was experimenting with me. So nonetheless, I'm sitting there sucking on my popsicle. I dropped it, mind you. As soon as he went for it, I was shocked, of course. But I mean, when you're in the moment, naturally, you just want to, commit. So I decided to put my tongue down his throat, but even still at that time, like I didn't even know how to kiss. So I don't even know like if I was a good kisser. But that experience for me, it really changed my life wholeheartedly as a trans woman, because I didn't necessarily know that I was attracted to men at that age. And I think that's when I personally started getting feelings for the same sex.
He's Australian, which means he's a white man. And I say that because it's something I think about, and I hate that I think about it because, well, I won't say I hate it, but I don't like that it's something that I have to think about, because he's a beautiful soul and he's very kind. And at times I find myself wondering if I made the right decision entering into the relationship with him simply because of something as superficial as the color of our skin. But yeah, because he's so wonderful, I always dispel those thoughts.
Has it ever created a conflict within your relationship or for you?
For me, yes. In my relationship, no. I think about it and I allow myself to think about it, which is another way that I'm being vulnerable. I often don't think about my emotions or allow myself to process them. So in times like this where I've had these thoughts, I just fully dive into them and flesh them out and decide whether or not I'm being irrational and letting outside thoughts and opinions affect the way I'm thinking about my relationship, or if it's actually me. And so far, it's just been me.
Okay, the cultural voice. That I should be looking for a relationship, right? I shouldn't be looking to date. I should be looking for someone to settle down with. And if I go on a date, it's not because I just want to have sex, it's because this is a potential partner. This is a potential life partner. Like, I'm 47 and I should be looking for the next life partner. I should not be looking to get laid. That's the cultural books.
And what is your response?
My response is who is the woman? What does it say about the woman who wants to have a sex life and doesn't want to have a committed relationship? Where does she go? What does she do? How does she feel? How does she move through the world? What does that say about her? Is it just online dating? And, how does she claim that space and not apologize for it? How does she become okay with disappointing people who might want a full committed relationship from her? Those are the thoughts that go in my head, and I don't really have answers for any of those questions, but that's what's in there.
Should I share it with you or?
Yes.
Okay. So I had a dream that it's very sexual. I don't know if it's okay.
What's happening?
So I dreamed of two girls are having sex, and they were my very close friends. And then the image of their sexual behaviors, it's just like so exaggerated in my dream, just like all close-ups. If you think of me as a camera, and then it jumped to a scene that my partner right now, he was holding a cake, but the cake was made of like 1,000 of raw eggs. So the texture, it's like slimy and dripping. And then I found it so, and then he was asking me in my dream, Ma, would you like a piece? It's just so disgusting, but it's so impressive for some reason. And then I talked to him about it, and then that's how we go into the slime. I don't know. It's weird.
How are you different from him?
I'm Chinese, he's not.
What is he?
He's American.
What color?
Jewish. He's white, very white. Yeah, but he's being Asian washed by me for 2 years now. Yeah, and then he's male, I'm a female. He's tall, I'm short. He's I feel like he's some sort of like huge mammal. I feel like I'm a fish. Yeah.
How are you different in your day-to-day life, like how you carry yourself in the world?
How do I carry myself into the world?
How are both of you different in the ways that you live your lives?
I just feel like he's more into this world. Like he cares more than me. I often feel like he's also I would say there's a huge cultural difference, like the way he's living, or like why he's living in this world in this way is because he was grown up in American context, but I'm not. 我觉得还是文化的差异，但是我觉得说不清楚，因为就很多命题你可以选择不去思考。I don't know, it's really complicated.
Do you think it would be easier to be with someone from your hometown?
I don't think so, honestly.
Why?
I've To be with anyone could be hard. It's just the like the way you're looking at, like a coin. There's no like difficult side or like easy side. It's just both sides to make this coin. I don't know. So I don't know how to compare that.
Wait a minute, baby. It's a question. You gotta slow down. One question.
My mom is really spiritual, and I was raised Christian. Had to go to church, didn't like it, became an usher so that I didn't have to go into the actual service, but I could just stay and hang out with my friends when I wanted to. I would say my first spiritual experience was after my dad passed. I saw his shadow standing in my bedroom out of the corner of my eye, and that was a big moment for me to realize that I did have a connection to it, but I didn't really make sense of it as a kid.
How old were you when your father passed away?
I was 8.
And how did you move through your grief at that time, and how do you move through your grief still now?
When I was a kid, it was really difficult. I remember the day it happened. It was my brother's 14th birthday, so it was difficult for me to fully immerse myself in the mourning of his loss because I felt like I needed to also be happy for another year of life for my older brother. But my mom put me in counseling, and I remember drawing things out a lot. What I thought the reenactment of how he died was and feelings that I had surrounding it. But I think honestly, I bottled up most of it and buried myself deeper into school and things that could distract me until I was a teenager, and then that's when I really started to deal with it.
I don't think I have really good memory about my birthdays, or maybe it's just like my defense system is working. I always like try not to recall any birthday moments, especially the birthday moment from my childhood. I feel like my mom was just too busy to like celebrate birthday for her kids, because I have 2 more siblings, even though I'm the baby. But all I remember my birthday before 7 is just like those little cake that was handed out from kindergarten. And then after 7, I was living with my aunt And then she has a daughter who's 4 years younger than me. And then just coincidentally, we have same birthday. And but because I am not her daughter, she always forgot that I have the same birthday as my little sister. So I remember there was a birthday of a year, and then whole family was taking my younger sister out to Pizza Hut to celebrate her birthday. I know it sounds really lame, but it's such a popular, trendy thing to do in China. And then I was seeing all her friends, and then all the family were gathered together. And then there was a huge birthday cake in front of her. And then she was making birthday wishes, but I was left out, even though that was also my birthday. So after that, I'm not excited at all for celebrating my birthday.
What's love? Have I ever been in love? Kinda, sorta, not really. I don't know. I can't say yet.
Being loved can feel like providing what it is people need, giving people what they want, and not being loved can feel like disappointing people. I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying that's what it feels like.
Trans women in the dating world is just kind of like unheard of, well, at least in America, and that has everything to do with the miseducation.
Yes, I've had to love somebody who's hurting me, yes.
I've kind of had like a hard time with dating guys because a lot of men are not secure enough to date trans women publicly. So for me, I can't say that someone has loved me enough to be able to be comfortable with themselves and also my transition. Also, I think I have some high standards, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think that has a lot to do why I define love.
Physically, I show love by being sensitive to what it is someone needs and trying to provide that. I show love by touch.
And because it hasn't been delivered to me in that aspect yet.
The tension between the role and me, who I really am, and playing the role of the good girl, who the good girl is supposed to be. Definitely, I think being a good girl was a way that I knew I would be loved.
Unconditional love, someone that loves you all the time, with no wig on, with stanky breath. Somebody that loves you through the hurt and pain, that can realistically be around you all the time, 24/7.